Back at it again, can't stop, won't stop with the Lexus Roadshow. We're here with Eric Dorsey, the New York Giants, and Eric, we're here at this great signing convention here in Atlantic City. A ton of New York Giant fans are out today. How does this feel to see all the Giant fans and talk to you about your days as a Giant?
I really love doing events like this, celebrating the '86 Giants. It's a great opportunity for former players such as myself to get together and just give back to the fans. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
So you have guys like Lawrence Taylor, Leonard Marshall, Phil Simms all here today. A lot of the players come back for this great event. Tell us some of the greatest memories you had playing with them, and now as the seasons have gone, do you have any memories now? Do you guys get together often besides signings and talk about the Super Bowl champion seasons and so on?
A lot of the guys still live in New Jersey, so I see them quite often. But most of the guys, I'd say probably half, have gone back to their hometowns. So it takes events like this for us to get together again. Looking back on the '86 Giants, one of the things I do remember is when I walked into that locker room, there were already 5 or 6 Hall of Famers sitting in that locker room, including Bill and Bill Parcells, Harry Carson, Lawrence Taylor. I was honored and privileged to be in that locker room, to play alongside those guys who were legends before, while I was still in college.
Right.
And I was very fortunate to be drafted by the New York Giants and to come into an operation that was already fully functional.
When you got drafted by the Giants, did you think in your wildest dreams that it was the Giants that you would be drafted, or was there another team that you thought was going to take you off the board, or you were going to fall a little further to another team? When the Giants picked you, how did you feel? Not only to be a Giant, but to be picked.
Well, coming from the University of Notre Dame, there was only 2 big defenses that I wanted to play for, the New York Giants and the Chicago Bears.
And they both fit you, perfect.
Yeah, they both fit my system that I had come from in college, and the New York Giants showed more interest than any other team. I had an inkling early on that it was going to be the New York Giants. I just didn't know whether it was going to be the first round, the second round. You just don't know. You can speculate, but then you get your heart broken, and I was just hoping that it would be the New York Giants. I met Bill Parcells at the Combine camp. So I had a pretty good idea that they had their eyes set on me.
And playing at Notre Dame, legendary college, and New York Giants, one of the legendary teams in the NFL. That's a career that you could not have asked for anything better. In your wildest dreams, did you ever expect to be a Notre Dame Fighting Irish player and then go play for the New York Giants coming out of high school?
No idea. Well, the one thing about going to the University of Notre Dame, you got to remember when you go to college, you get a chance to pick the college, okay? When it's an NFL pro team, they select you. I was fortunate enough to go to the school that I wanted to go to my whole life, my college, Notre Dame, and then to be selected by a team that went to the Super Bowl my first year. I've gotten 2 Super Bowl rings with the New York Giants. I can't think of a more fortunate NFL football player than myself.
So this season, Justin Tuck is getting honored in the Giants Ring of Fame.
Notre Dame grad.
Yeah, proud Notre Dame grad. And but I had Leonard Marshall over here before, and he feels that he belongs in there as well. He was great down there in the pits too. Your thoughts on that?
I'm glad you asked me that question. I have always thought in the 3-4 defense that Leonard Marshall is the best 3-4 defensive end in the league.
It's not because you went to Notre Dame, right?
Well, no, he went to not Justin Tuck, Leonard Marshall.
No, I'm talking. Okay,
Leonard went to LSU.
Okay, go ahead.
Leonard, I've practiced with Leonard. I've played with Leonard for 5-6 years. Leonard is one of the best 3-4 defensive ends in the league. However, he's on a defense that has a lot of other Hall of Famers on the team. Leonard will get into the Ring of Honor. He should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know how many Pro Bowls he went to, but Leonard, I'm hesitant to say this, but I would put Leonard up on the scale with Bruce Smith. I don't know how they are sack for sack, but I've seen the way Leonard plays the run. I've seen Leonard on goal line. I've seen Leonard in pass rushing situations. He's a total package. I'm a big Leonard Marshall fan.
Yeah, I agree with you. I am myself, and as we get ready to wrap this up, when you were on defense, what was one of the calls Parcells or the defensive coordinator made for you? What was your defensive play?
There was a play called point. It was just called point defense, and I had no business with my big ass, 300 pounds, lined up way outside the outside linebacker, just pinpoint on the quarterback, and no other responsibility.
Straight run at the quarterback.
It was the easiest thing in the world, but we never ran it.
Did you practice it?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, we practiced it all the time. I think he just did that to pacify me. But we only ran it probably twice. I don't know what year we put it in, probably 87, 88. And we only ran it twice, but it was called .77, and it was my favorite.
That was unbelievable. Now, the new Giant Stadium, you know, we go back old school, the old Giant Stadium. I grew up there as well with the stadium you played in. I head to the new stadium now, sharing with the Jets. What are your thoughts about the new MetLife Stadium and having to share with the Jets and the Giants? As far as I'm concerned, it will always be Giant Stadium.
I agree. It's funny, when they built the new stadium, I didn't really think they needed it until I saw the new stadium, went into the new stadium. It's a thing of beauty. They got pyrotechnics, music, even the grass, the artificial surface they play on is so much better than what we had. A lot of people say it's not as friendly as the old stadium. However, just going in the locker rooms and walking around the stadium, seeing it, being a part of it, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I tell you what, it really is. And they have that whole new Xanadu project there. They have the new racetrack going up, so the area being right outside of New York City is building, and you still live in New Jersey, right?
Correct.
So I'm born in Hoboken, the Sinatra, the New York City skyline. A lot of people go home after their careers and go back to the state that they grew up in. Why did you decide to stay in New Jersey?
Ever since I've been here for the past 25 years, I've been 30 years, I've been in love with New Jersey. It's close to New York City, it's close to Atlantic City, it's close to the beach. Anywhere you want to go. The nightlife is good here, everything. This is my home. This is my home. My immediate family is still in Virginia, where I'm originally from, but I'm going to stay here.
Excellent. And one quick Bill Parcells story you want to share with us?
Oh my goodness! The only real story that I can probably share with it that doesn't include curse words is the combine. The combine camp. I'm still in high school. I'm a senior, getting recruited basically to go down to New Orleans, do all the drills and stuff like that. And I think Bill had been the New York Giants head coach for a year, maybe 2 years at the time. I didn't know who he was. Okay, I'm in Notre Dame in college. There wasn't social media back then, so the word of mouth of him being the head coach with the New York Giants hadn't actually spread its way across the country yet. I'm coming down the escalator, and Bill is behind me, and he doesn't even introduce himself. He just says, "Have you ever thought about weighing 285 pounds?" He says that to me, and at the time I'm probably 255, 260. I'm still in college. I didn't know who he was. I thought he was just a regular agent, bothering me.
Because he was still a heavy guy, kind of big,
There were more agents walking around the combine camp than there were football players, and I just kind of gave him the cold shoulder. And once I got down to the escalator, a couple of the college football players told me, "That's the head coach of the New York Giants talking to you." So after that, I went back to college, and give me like 1 week, and I put on 20 pounds. Wow. And sure enough, he drafted me. So there must have been something.
Yeah,
that little meeting between me and him.
Well, he knew he was getting a great talent down that escalator. And Eric, I want to say thank you for your time today. We're here in Atlantic City with the Lexus Roadshow. This is Mammy, Mike, and Eric Dorsey. Oh, baby, game on.